Manchester United supporters around the world have started this new week with some bit of energy. They have found the audacity to call for an empty Old Trafford when the Premier League does return, following the frustrations of hearing that their preferred bidder, Sheikh Yassim, has been frustrated out of the bidding process for Manchester United. That's how we are starting this week. It's a Monday, and guys, so much energy, but let us not let this Manchester United and the Glazers drain it for us. Anyhow, welcome to the hotspot. My name is Webb. Glad you're here to start the week with us. Now, we have a lot to anticipate going forward. Of course, we know that the Premier League will return with United playing Sheffield on the 21st of this month of October. It will be an important game, but all of us should be excited to see what kind of atmosphere we expect to see. Now, the most trending hashtag on Twitter this morning has been empty Old Trafford, as sections of supporters are coming out all up in arms saying the only way we can get one back at the Glazers is by not giving them our money, and that means not going to pay for tickets to watch games at Old Trafford. Now, I'm not sure that should be a working solution because, again, that depends on how you look at it. The smaller picture is the Glazers are getting money when you pay for for interest and on tickets to watch games, but the bigger picture is you're actually killing your own beloved club, because what's a football match without supporters? Think about it. What will those players do? I feel like the only uh, thing, if I would call it that, players at United play for are the supporters. Maybe some will play for the manager. Obviously, Anthony Dos Santos will play for the manager. Amrabat will play for the manager. But most importantly, the supporters do play for the fans. They don't care about the Glazers and what they have done or have not done. So, is boycotting the games and emptying Old Trafford the best thing for them? Because we know that players want to play in front of big crowds. That's what charges them. It is what motivates them. But supporters are feeling like now, if they pay their money and it goes to these Glazers who don't want to leave our club, then it's not good for them. It will affect them. So it's a confusing place to be in as a United supporter. You don't know what you want to do. You want to watch your team. Would you start home and watch the game on TV the way it was in COVID? Because then you will not be paying at least that direct cash at the entrance. But still, if you watch on TV, you're still paying the Glazers because you paid for that TV, and the money you paid, part of it went to the club and somehow ended in the hands of the Glazers. So it's a confusing space to be. My thinking is I think the time there is nothing more as United supporters we can really do to get the Glazers bullied and intimidated and convince them to go out of Manchester United. I think they see that they are not wanted, they know it, they feel it, but they don't care. And I was talking about it the other time with a friend of mine, and we were saying, okay, we all don't want the Glazers around because, of course, of the debt and all. But if you think about it, if you're them, this is a club that was bought by their dad in a way that I explained to you in one of my past videos here. I showed you how the Malcolm Glazer bought shares in Manchester United in record time. Very quickly, he was buying out everyone since he joined the club. Before you know it, he had 100% of the club. So meaning, this is something that their dad revered. He wanted to have. It's for them. It's heritage. You don't just sell something that was handed over to you by your parents. So I think it's a natural thing. So even the Glazers, perhaps part of the reasons why they are not convinced, or they are undecided on whether to leave the club completely or not, is because of that their dad bought this club and they just don't want to let go of the club just like that, because perhaps you don't even know what their dad told them. For him, it's heritage and all. So maybe that. I'm not saying it's right, but think about it. If you're the other side, you're the son of a Glazer, would you just sell because of supporters mounting pressure on you? But anyhow, so that's where we are. Are you going to be part of that campaign, emptying Old Trafford? Is that what you want to see? And I was telling you about how I think this whole takeover situation is going to twist our season. It might be for the good or for us, because it depends on how the manager and the players deal with it, how they react with this news, how they react with what's going on, how they react with the supporters, demonstrations. Like I told you would expect them. The reaction is what then will determine the direction our season is going to take. But without a doubt, our season is going to be affected by this news of the takeover. stalling. So I just want to know your opinion on that. What exactly should we do as United supporters right now after the Glazers really are disappointing us? And I know many of you are tired of this takeover talk, but of course we've got to face it. We've got to face it. We've got to face the reality of it because it's here, it's with us, it's affecting our club. It's something that we are not just going to look at and and look elsewhere. I dropped a video with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and you clearly see people are not interested in Sir Jim Ratcliffe. People are only interested in Sheikh Yassim. Now, if it's not happening, what then? You boycott games, then you're giving out on your own club. Are we saying we just stop supporting United? Unfortunately, it's not something you can just wake up and do. Unfortunately, you cannot just wake up and say, I'm done supporting United. That's the nature of football. You love your club and you're with it all the way. You're stuck with it all the way. So it's a difficult place to be in as a United supporter. But sections do want to empty Old Trafford, boycott games so that these Glazers don't get a direct penny from any of the supporters. Is that the solution? Perhaps, perhaps not. Hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. We are talking Manchester United now. Today or tonight, we've got some games, of course, involving Manchester United players. Portugal will be in action up against Gibraltar, and our captain again will be expected to shine in that one. I think you expect Bruno Fernandes to obviously shine in that one because I mean it's actually not Gibraltar. It's Gibraltar is playing Ireland. Portugal is playing Bosnia and Herzegovina. That's the game. They are away in Bosnia. That's the game tonight, involving, of course, our Bruno Fernandes. There will be in action. There's several other games to be played. I'll stick to those that have got United players. Which other one? I think for now, those are the ones you can think about that have got United players, if my memory is serving me right. Then there was Turkey. Turkey beat Latvia by 4 goals to nil. You know that Aitil Bindil, our second choice goalkeeper, plays for Turkey. He was, of course, he didn't start that one. He did not start that one. Kakel started ahead of him. But yeah, he was also in action. That is Altel Bindil, the Man United second choice goalkeeper. So United players will be a bit in action tonight. So you might want to follow them. What we know is that those who have played so far have tried to impress. That is Christian Eriksen and Rasmus Højlund have got assists as well already in this international break. But in this break, you've got to make up your mind on whether you're going to support United at Old Trafford, pay for those tickets, or even on TV. I told you I know people who decided not to watch Man United games again. They are not just emptying Old Trafford, they are emptying the screens when United is playing. So what exactly, where do you fall? What exactly are you going to do? But also the bigger picture, what is the right thing to do for Manchester United now? We are stuck between a rock and a hard place. But let me make it easy for you. Just subscribe to the hotspot. And guys, it's so important if you do subscribe. Many of you, the biggest percentage of you watch the videos and you don't subscribe, which is your right. But for us to grow this channel, I think your subscription does matter a lot. So please hit the subscribe button and let's enjoy Man United news together. Good morning. Happy New Week.